Film is literature. We're here. I'm Justin. This is James. This is our second attempt at this show. So it's kind of like deja vu, which deja vu means that there's a glitch in the
It's in the
Matrix,
Matrix. Yep.
which is kind of a spoiler alert. We're going to talk about the movie The Matrix. Um, James,
Yes, sir.
obviously you've seen the Matrix before. I've seen the Matrix before. How many times do you think you've watched the Matrix all the way through?
Over the years,
Yeah.
this thing been out for almost 27 years.
Yep.
I've probably seen it. I'm gonna say at least 20 times.
That's a lot. That's a lot. I'm probably not far behind you, honestly.
Yeah.
It's been a lot, but I guess for the people out there that don't know this movie, which I'm guessing the people that don't know would be the younger generation. Do you
Oh,
want to go ahead and do you want to give a quick little story about what this movie's about?
yeah. I was almost like, who don't know this show? I mean, who don't know
Well,
the Matrix?
I would think everybody knows it, but there might be some like teenagers that might not know it.
Okay, the Matrix. The Matrix. The Matrix is basically a AI propaganda of AI runs the world, and it kind of have humans on as hostages and use them as batteries so we can feed off us to put us in this world of illusion. So everything is fake. Everything, where we live, what we do, how we live, eating, drinking, everything is just a virtual reality that the AI is controlling. You have a pocket of I don't know if you're rebels, revolutionists that kind of made it out of the matrix and live in the real world. And the real world is kind of destitute at this point. There's no sun, or the clouds cover the sun. There's no buildings. There's absolute darkness, if you will. And yeah, so it's one of those things where they're trying to enlighten people. The people they're trying to enlighten people to free the other people, so everybody can kind of get the world back together again. And then you have Neo, Keanu Reeves, that's supposed to be the one, um, who can look at be in the matrix and not abide by the rules that's in the matrix. He has this innate power, I guess, or consciousness that none of these things can actually hurt him or bother him. So that's a synopsis of it. I mean, not really, you know, getting into
Yeah.
the overthinking of it like I do, but it's
Yeah, which I was about to say. So there's a lot of hidden meanings in this movie. A lot of basically things that you can take super serious and dive into. I don't do that. When I watch this movie, I literally just turn my brain off and I'm just like, okay, it's men versus machine. It's they're trying to survive, and I love the movie for that. But I know you're an overthinker, so you probably do look at the hidden meanings of this movie.
I look at the stuff that I can get out of it. I mean, of
Yeah,
course, it is very entertaining, especially back in 1999, which I was still an adult in 1999. Um, it was entertaining then, and it's entertaining now. And now that I'm older, I kind of understand some of the thought processes of the director or writer.
for sure. So just to clarify, we are in the Matrix right now, correct?
Yes,
Like we're in the okay.
absolutely.
All right. So obviously, the big thing in the movie is you take the blue pill and you remain in the Matrix, or you take the red pill and you get out of the Matrix. Correct.
Yep,
So
yep.
which one are you getting out of the? Are you taking the red pill?
You know what? The way that the way that they live, I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh, it's not a comfortable life. The Matrix gave you a comfort of life, and that's the overthinking part. Which
Yeah.
yeah. So I probably just took the blue pill. Get out of the Matrix. I mean, one of those things we'll say later is I like to choose my own fate. I don't want fate to choose me. So yeah,
Yeah.
I choose my own path. I walk my own path.
I think I'm going to take the blue pill as well, especially in that movie because then you're in 1999 New York City. If you're Keanu Reeves, if you're that character, you're staying in 1999 New York City. Who wouldn't want to be there in 1999? I mean, I'm just saying, like that was the center of the world back then.
New York is still the center of the world if you ask somebody from New York. But
Yeah, I mean, true.
right, especially what's going on now with this daggone these daggone Knicks. New York is
Yeah,
the center
man.
of the world, you know. So
Yeah, Knicks in 6. I think that's what they're saying. I think that's what they're saying. I'm go Spurs, go Wimby. That's where I'm at.
yeah, we can have a whole nother conversation about that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's definitely the Matrix.
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird. So The Matrix came out in 1999. It's rated R. I think rated R is very correct for this movie.
Yeah.
I think it's the only way this movie is successful. If they make it anything less, it's not successful. It's 2 hours and 16 minutes. James, is that too long for you?
It's a little too long for me, but I mean, since I'm a Matrix fan, I can't say it's bad. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's actually correct. I think any longer it might have started to drag out a little bit. I think any shorter, I'm not sure what parts you could really take out, honestly. But
I,
let's
I,
yeah, all right. Let's talk about the cast though a little bit here. Leading into the movie, the biggest name going into the movie, I feel like, is Lawrence Fishburne. You're a little bit older than I am, James, so you can probably tell me. At 12, I was about 12 when this movie came out, so I didn't really know too many of these people. But Lawrence Fishburne's a big actor, right? Coming
yeah,
into this movie,
I mean, he was the biggest one in this movie. Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
This was actually the first time I ever saw him in a movie. I mean, obviously now I've seen almost all his movies, but at that point in time, this was the first time I ever saw him in any movie.
Yeah, I mean, Lawrence Fishburne was I was on Lawrence Fishburne got to be almost 70, right?
Yeah,
it's
probably
64.
now.
Yeah, 64.
Okay,
So
yeah,
Lawrence Fishburne, he was still young. I mean, I was 1999. I was roughly 20.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, I was a little over 20, like 21, 22. Lawrence Fishburne had to be 30.
He would
Something.
he would have been like mid to late 30s when this movie came out. Yeah,
Right. So yeah. So yeah. Yeah.
yeah. He'd been around for a while. Obviously the biggest name or the star of the movie is Keanu Reeves. I had actually by this point already seen a bunch of his movies, and I liked him a lot, which is pretty much one of the reasons I watched this movie. I mean, obviously I heard that it was really good, but knowing him was another reason why I watched it. Did you know Keanu at all going into this movie?
Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted. I think, and I'm trying to think. I think this movie kind of he kind of every year did something after this. Like, and
Oh
I
yeah.
think it was a hit. I mean, he kind of blew up from that movie. And he did play
Oh,
Bill.
this
Yeah, he played Bill and Ted. Yeah,
yeah, this movie definitely took him off. But I mean, I knew a couple of his movies before this. When he had Speed, where they're on the bus that's going fast, that
yep,
can't slow down. He was also in Point Break, which is one of my favorite movies. It's where they're basically surfers and they kind of rob banks.
yeah. I want to
Great
see that
movie.
Surfer that
Yeah,
Rob Banks. That's funny.
yeah, great movie. Honestly, if you haven't seen it, it's a fantastic movie. The other the other star of this movie is the girl Trinity. That is the character's name, played by Carrie Ann Moss.
Yeah,
Honestly, I had no idea who she was, and she hadn't really been in anything hardly at all before The Matrix. And even after The Matrix, she really only had a couple movies right after that, and then she kind of just went away. I guess maybe chose to go away. I don't know, but
some people want to be mothers. You know what I mean? That's not a bad
yeah,
thing.
no, it's not a bad thing at all. I will
Yeah,
say though, 12-year-old Justin obviously had somewhat of a little bit of a crush on her. So I did watch like all of her next couple of movies. Red Planet, Memento, Disturbia. I think those were like three movies that came out right after this that she was in that I kind of watched just because of her, pretty much.
yeah. I'm looking through her movie thing now, and I probably never seen none of these things. No.
Yeah, I mean she never did anything else super big. The only other person in this movie that I knew was Joe Pantoliano,
Yep.
who played obviously he played the guy that kind of turns his back on Morpheus and Keanu.
Yep.
I don't know. Did you know Joe Pantoliano? He went on to star in The Sopranos.
Yeah. I mean, yes. I'm gonna say all of it. Yes, I did. He was a familiar face then. So
Yeah. pretty much the two things I know him from, other than The Matrix, is, like I said, The Sopranos that he was on for a few years, and then back in the early '80s, he was in Risky Business with Tom Cruise. Which, if you like Tom Cruise, you should probably watch that movie.
Well, you know what? He was in Bad Boy. That's what I know him from too.
Yeah, he was. He was in Bad Boy. Yeah, yeah,
He was the officer. He was
yeah,
the chief, right?
yeah.
Yeah, Bad
Yeah, I
Boys.
forgot about that. Yeah.
You know what? I might know him from a lot of other stuff too. He was in Goonies. Hmm.
Hmm.
I probably didn't. He probably was young in Goonies, so I probably didn't realize it was him.
Yeah,
But Bob,
he's actually been in a lot of things, man. He's a big time actor, really, like low key on the
yeah,
on the down low. He's a big time actor.
yeah. I see.
So
Seen some of these. Yeah. Okay.
yeah. So I guess obviously this movie is pretty famous for all the people that declined the role of Neo that ended up going to Keanu Reeves. I'm going to list a couple of these names here. Obviously, Will Smith was the biggest. They really wanted Will Smith for that role. I don't think this movie would have been as good with Will Smith as the lead role.
No, not. I don't think so either. It'd have
Okay,
been. Yeah, it wouldn't have been what it is. Yeah, it wouldn't have been.
I got you. And then also they wanted Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Nope.
Yeah, I think.
You know what? I want to put my glasses on so I can really get the whole what's the name feel. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good. I think. Yeah, I think if they would have got Brad Pitt, it would have just been a different movie. Like, I don't know if it would have been as good or worse, but it would have been different. Brad Pitt is a totally different character than
Yes.
Keanu Reeves. And Leonardo DiCaprio, he just looks too young. I know he might not
Yeah.
be too young, but he looks too young.
Yeah. Absolutely. He
And then, yeah,
it would have been like you said. It would have been a different movie,
yeah,
a different feel. It would have been a feel that it wouldn't have been this feel. Like Keanu Reeves has kind of he played that. Like he played that part as far as like what the hell is going on. I'm just and
he
coming
did.
in himself. And maybe they could have played it. I'm not sure. They still were so young enough to be impressionable. If you ask
Oh,
me,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, it still would have been interesting. Here's role of Trinity, who ended up going to Carrie Ann Moss. Here's a couple ladies that were up for that role. You had Janet Jackson, Selma Hayek, and Jada Pinkett Smith.
yeah,
What do you?
so
What obviously Jada Pinkett ends up getting in the Matrix in
yeah,
the sequels.
yeah. But that's because it became big. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was kind of dying out. Um, Janet Jackson, I don't think she's a good actress. She's not good enough actor. I mean, but you didn't really have to be too much, but to be.
Yeah.
Let me say this: she wasn't physical enough. Like this lady was. You can see she has worked out. Janet
Oh yeah.
Jackson, dancer. I ain't say she. I just don't see Janet Jackson being a fighter, and
Agreed.
um, neither is Jada Pinkett. I mean, even though they kind of made her what she was, but I didn't see her being that. Yeah,
Yeah.
there was some sex appeal in the Trinity role, and it was also don't mess with me as well.
Yeah. I think any of those three ladies that we named actually would have made the movie worse. I think they were in that role.
Yeah,
Not to say that they're. I mean, I do like all three of them in their own way. Obviously, I love Selma Hayek, unbelievable. Janet, Janet's really awesome as well. My favorite Super Bowl halftime show is Janet Jackson. Just throwing that out
and
there.
just
Yeah.
right.
Um, and Jada Pinkett, I think she is a pretty good actress, but not for this role. Let's talk about the movie when it came out to theaters. It came out in 1999. James, did you see it in theaters?
No, no.
Yeah, neither did I. I think I watched it like a few months later when it was on HBO. But so it finished in the box office for '99, dude. It finished in fifth place. Does that surprise you at all?
No, no. I mean, I think what you're about to tell me is it's gonna be something crazy that's in first, second, first and fourth. But
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, here's the four movies in front of it. You had Star Wars number one, Star Wars Episode 1. Okay, yeah, I mean, that's the big Star Wars comeback. Obviously, it's way ahead in number one. Number two was The Sixth Sense, which we did on the show. Number three was Austin Powers 2, which I loved back then. Toy Story 2, which I'm not sure if I've ever seen. And then The Matrix in fifth. I guess The Matrix seems about right in that spot, I guess. Because, a kid's movie, Toy Story 2, everybody's going to take their kids to go see it. Austin Powers, people love the comedies. And then The Sixth Sense. I think that one's kind of the surprise of the top five, honestly.
Yeah, because but it was a sleeper, and then
Yeah,
when people saw, it was like, oh, this thing is crazy. So
exactly,
he had
exactly.
a big name in that though. So the big name was in that. Bruce Willis was in that.
Bruce
So
Willis, yeah, which is a huge name for sure. And so it came out early April of '99. Obviously, opening weekend, it was number one by a lot. Number two was 10 Things I Hate About You, which we have also done on the show. So maybe check it out if y'all want. So the movie costed $63 million to make. It ended up making $470 million. That's a huge success. At the Golden Globes that year, it did win 4 awards. All of them pretty much were for sound and special effects. I guess that makes sense because the CGI in this movie was phenomenal.
yeah, for that time period, yes. Listen,
Yeah.
what they can do now.
Yeah.
Is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the time this movie blew everything else away with what it did for CGI and stuff like that. James, is there anything else we need to hit on before we dive into these categories?
Probably not. Think we're good.
All right, so I see you got the cool shades on, just like Morpheus. Morpheus's shades, by the way, I think are the coolest sunglasses ever.
Right. The ones that, yeah.
Find me a pair of those. I'll wear them next time you see me. Let's go ahead and jump in, dude. Let's go ahead and jump in. Favorite scene? What's James? What's your favorite scene from The Matrix?
So my favorite, I have a few favorite scenes, but I think my favorite scene from The Matrix is the one where you talk about the Oracle. Oracle, when he goes sees the Oracle. When I say he, Neo goes sees the Oracle, and the Oracle, gives him a look over, like a doctor, and say, "Yeah, you're not the one." And and then when it comes to a point where he's about to tell Morpheus, yeah, where the Oracle said, "I mean, I'm not the one," and he said, "Be quiet." He didn't want to hear it at that time. He's like, one of the most powerful statements that he said, and I say it to my kids. It's a difference in knowing the path, and there's a difference in knowing the path and walking the path. And this is my overthinking of how these things play in your life. And in today's world, it's a difference in knowing the path, meaning all this stuff on social media, and actually doing it. So it was to me that was really impactful. That's probably my favorite scene because it kind of made him feel more empowered.
I think that's a great scene for sure. Yeah, that's a great scene. I think the whole Oracle scene was really good. I think for me, I have a bunch of favorite scenes. I'm going to narrow it down to 3, but I will go ahead and mention the 2 most iconic scenes. Obviously, number 1, when he dodges the bullets on the roof.
Obviously.
how many times did we see that? That was,
dance.
That was.
They had a video game shooting video games that was doing it. So. Yep.
Yeah, and then also the part where he kind of. I guess that was the most iconic part, right? Am I missing? Was there another iconic part from this movie?
When he stopped the bullets.
Yeah, when he stopped the bullets. That's it. Yeah, when he stopped the bullets. Yeah, that was obviously the big thing as well. My 3 favorite scenes. First off, I like the part where Morpheus first gets introduced to Neo, and he's kind of telling him how the world became what it is now. Right. And they're kind of watching it on the TV, and he's explaining things to him, and then he asks him the pill. I just like that part. I like to learn how they got. I think it was a good way for them to tell us how the world got there.
Right.
It wasn't like, oh, this is just how the world is, and they never tell us. But yeah, so I like that part. And then I also really like the part where Neo and Trinity go into the building and they're shooting everybody in the lobby. I don't know, I've always really liked that part for sure. I guess probably, actually, you know what? I have 2 more. I have 2 more I'm going to mention because I think I got a tie for my favorite. These 2 are my top for my favorite. I really like the part where Morpheus and Neo are training together and they're fighting. And Morpheus is like, hit me. And, he gives the, just bring it, which one of the, that's awesome. I love that. But I really like that part. And then I really like the part where Neo fights the agent in the subway and, they're like, why is he not running? And Morpheus is like, you're starting to believe. And that was kind of where Neo realized, like, you know what, he is the one. You know,
Right.
he is Neo. You know, just take the O from the end of his name, put it at the start. He is the one. I mean, it makes perfect sense. So, yeah, I think those. I think all those are my favorite scenes. It was so hard to pick a favorite scene from The Matrix.
They're good parts. I think the one from the at the beginning when Neo was fighting Morpheus. I mean, if you
Mm-hmm.
think about it, I mean, you play pool, and I'm sure you play some other sports. Like you train so hard to do a certain thing. Stop thinking about it and just do what you was trained for. Stop, cut your brain off. You already do. You already know what you're gonna do. You already know how to
Yeah.
do what you do. And I just equate that to pool. You know, you ever been in a zone and like you can't miss a shot because you cut off all the overthinking in your head and you just do what you're supposed to do. And it's
Yep.
it looks like it's easy. And I think it's one of those things like at the end of the movie when he did stop the bullets and to stop overthinking everything, he stopped the bullets and then he can see everything. And the dude throwing these jabs or fighting them, he just turned around with one hand and it's like I see it coming. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things like, you train hard enough, you do something that's with a lot of discipline, it becomes a little easier to foresee the next move and everything looks easy to you. So I like that movie too. Again, overthinking, but I like the little tidbits I get in this movie.
Yeah. No, I mean, for sure. That was. That's the part where I was like, I'm into this. Like, you know, leading up to that point, I'm like, I'm interested in this movie. And then when they start fighting, I'm like, I'm definitely 1,000% in. Even to this day, when you hit that scene in the movie, I'm watching the rest of the movie. Like from there on. Do you have a least favorite scene? Is there a least favorite scene in this movie?
So I think they drug it too far to get to the meeting to that meeting of Morpheus with the blue pill, red pill.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was. I mean, the office part. I didn't think we need to jump off the roof thing. Maybe they catch him. Maybe they come into his office and get him. All the prelude to that is the somebody coming to his door. He followed the red bunny. I mean, follow the white bunny. I just think maybe we could have did without that. I don't know if it materialized to anything. Like those people, they was just extras. Like we ain't need that, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of somewhat agree with you. Like, they could have probably sped that part up a little bit. You probably didn't need every little bit of those scenes. Other than that, yeah, dude, I mean, I got nothing really to say on my least favorite scene. I think, I could say that, I mean, when Joe Pantoliano is trying to kill all the guys on the ship, I mean,
The
maybe that scene kind of ended a little quick. I feel like it was just one shot and he was dead. Maybe it was kind of like really like let's let
well,
him fight back a little bit.
so let me say this. So that's another part of the movie. Like if I'm gonna kill somebody, go kill them.
Yeah,
All the song and dance and all the Trinity. You never blah blah blah. It's like if you're gonna kill somebody, go ahead and kill them. Don't. I didn't. I don't know a whole bunch of killers, but I never heard of somebody just take so long. All you had to do was pull a plug. Easy.
yeah. I mean, that's definitely a movie thing though. That
Yes.
so many movies, so many movies.
A
Yeah,
drama. Yeah.
yeah. I will say the ending of the movie once Neo realizes that he's the one and he kills the agent. Well, he doesn't kill you can never really kill the agent, but he kind of kills that one agent. I love that ending, but also like I wanted it to keep going. At that point, I'm like, can we keep going? Like, let's don't just like.
Yeah.
But it's like a love hate thing. I'm like, man, what a great ending. But at the same time, like, man, I could have just kept going. Like, you could have had me in like from there for a while. But yeah, I don't know if I necessarily have a least favorite scene though, dude. I think this is the first movie we've done where I don't have anything to say for least favorite scene. So let's move on to favorite. What? Oh yeah, what?
One more. I didn't like the at the end he's flying. I don't like the flying thing.
Hmm.
The flying thing is just way too much. Now I think the way that the agents teleport through the Matrix, they didn't fly, they didn't do nothing supernatural. They jumped. Of course they jumped,
Yeah.
but I'm talking about Like if he can see the code, I think he should teleport there within the matrix. Probably not flying. Flying is a whole nother thing. It becomes sci-fi then. I mean, it's already sci-fi, supernatural or superhero-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean the flying was a little cliche. Yeah, I mean I could have probably done without that as well, but I think at that point we're just kind of nitpicking a little bit.
yeah. But I mean, but the movie is good. It's a good movie.
Yeah,
So,
for sure, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite character?
Probably Morpheus is probably my favorite character. I think he was the most experienced actor, as you can tell he was. The way he kind of handled the whole scene, he went from excited to mellow to leading to following. I mean, I think Morpheus, Lawrence Fishburne played that part. I mean, if I had to, besides Neo, who else you want to be? Morpheus.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I think Morpheus is my favorite character as well.
Yeah.
And a lot of it has to do with those awesome sunglasses. Not gonna lie, like I think he looks the coolest. So that's
Yeah.
kind of like the deciding factor. Yeah, I think Morpheus was definitely the coolest. What about on the flip side? Do you have a least favorite character?
Oh, I didn't like you say Joe Patelli with Joe
Pantoliano?
Pantoliano. Yeah.
Yeah, Cipher. Cipher is his character's name.
Yeah, that's the only reason because he just did that shady stuff. Like
Yeah,
it seemed like as soon as you kind of met him, he looked like he was going to do something. Like he just didn't
for sure.
seem trustworthy.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, obviously he is like supposed to be the bad guy. Like, I mean, obviously the agents are the bad guy, but I think you needed a second bad guy, and he was kind of the second bad guy. But even then, I still don't know if I necessarily really dislike that character. I don't. Yeah, I don't know who. Like, I don't really have a least favorite character, man. I think it's. I wish we could have got to know maybe some of the other characters a little bit more, like the ones that died. Like, I wish we could have got to know. Like, I just
True.
feel like one of them we should have got to know a little bit better. Like, they kind of skimmed over all of them, and I'm like, I really don't care if they're dying. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, you had no skin in the game with them. So I get it.
yeah, like who was the one Mouse? Was that his name? Who created the girl in the red dress?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool. Like, that's cool, but like, I still don't care. Or like,
Switch.
some of the Switch. Dozer. All those guys, man. I'm just like, I don't care. Like, they didn't. I feel like one of them could have been more of a character until they died. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but again, that's not even a least favorite character. That's just me just being like, I wish that they had more of a role. But, yeah, I mean, it's tough to it's really tough to say that I dislike anything about this movie. Really. What about our next category, James? Nudity. There was no nudity in this movie. There should have been, though, right?
I think so. I think you could have had some nudity with Trinity. I think, but it would have took away from the. I think it would have took away from the movie a little bit, right? And the nudity couldn't have been a sex scene. The nudity could have been, I'm changing. You see a silhouette. It could have been something along the lines of that.
Yeah.
More so than kind of this sexy. It could have just been, because of course they didn't take showers. They had to wash up somewhere. Something like that, showing us the struggle of that woke life.
I'm for all that. I think they should have had a sex scene. I think there should have been. I think more Neo and Trinity should have got together at some point. I think that's the one thing maybe this movie's missing. I feel like.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, let's talk about next up. Our category is usually we talk about sequels. This movie had 2 sequels. Well, 3 sequels. The movie had 3 sequels. Did you watch them?
Yes, I watched all of them.
All right.
And
So let's talk.
and the one that just came out, and the last one came out. Yes.
I've seen that one as well. We're gonna skip over what we thought about those movies. Let's just say, should there be another one? Should they continue it?
I don't think so. I don't know what more you want to get out of this. Like, everybody should be woke at this point.
Yeah. See, I feel like if you've gone this far, I think you just keep going. You can just get a whole new cast and just keep going. I think the story, I think in a weird way, this story could honestly, you could just do movies all the time, forever and always.
I don't know, but what's the who? It won't be a Neo no more. Neo was the one. He was gone, and
Yeah.
Neo. So what would it be?
You can always come up with something, man. It could even be like it could even take place like before Neo gets there. You know what I'm saying? Like you could just
Oh
go
yeah,
backward. Like
you can go
I
back.
just think I think there's like so much you could do with this story. Somehow, some way. Like I said, you don't necessarily need Neo. You can just or what's going on while Neo's there. Like you could do a movie like with some of the other people that were there while Neo was like first coming out or something. I don't know. Like
You can do the Lawrence Fishburne, him being raised,
yeah,
or him being woke, him getting woke, or
yeah,
the Dozier and them. They was born. They had no hoes. They was born in Zion. I think it's Zion.
mm-hmm.
So and then they had other bases and how the
Yeah.
other bases live. Yeah, I can see that.
Exactly. I just feel like there's a whole world with the sequels that they had. They made it to be a whole world, and it's like you could just continue doing movies over and over. You can even take Jada Pinkett Smith's character from the sequels, and what happened to her before that, or whatever. So I just I wouldn't say I wanted to see it happen because I really don't think I would be into it as much, but I'm just saying they could just continue making movies like every 3 years or so.
Yeah, I agree. I can see that.
I guess is that what else we got to hit on, James? Is that about it? Should we go ahead and rate the movie, or would you got anything else to add?
I had nothing else to add. We can rate the movie.
All right. Let's rate the movie. Mine's going to be very shocking, but I'll let you go first. On a scale to 1 to 5.
1 to 5. I'm gonna give this a good 4.
4. Okay, you're going 4. I think that's a good way to do it. I think 4 is a good one. That's one of your highest ones. I feel like I don't think you've gone too much higher than that very often.
No, nah. I'm give it a good 4, and I give it a 4 because of the time period. I think today's time period with the CGI and the special effects that's going on today, this thing is just yeah. Like almost like if it had the special effects like of an Avatar.
Yeah.
My God, this thing would have been great.
Maybe. I don't know. I've never seen Avatar, so I really don't know what to say to that.
Okay.
All right, my rating. What I'm going to rate this movie is going to shock you. It's going to shock you because I've said a lot of good things about this movie. 1 to 5. Honestly, James, The Matrix. I feel like I gotta give this movie a 5, dude. I think this is a perfect movie. I really don't think. I really don't. Like I said, I don't see anything really wrong with this movie. I mean, I could nitpick, here and there, but I think at the end of the day, I think this is about as close to perfect, as you can get. So I think it deserves a 5.
A 5. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue with you. I mean, it's not a bad movie. Any movie that you can watch over and over again and enjoy, even though you know what's about to happen, it's a good movie.
Yeah, and then like we talked about at the beginning of the movie, if I want to, I could dig deeper and think about all the hidden meanings and the hidden messages and all the philosophical stuff to do with the movie, kind of like what you think about probably when you're watching it. But also I could just turn off my brain and just watch Keanu Reeves kick butt for 2 hours, and it's still a great movie. So yeah, I really do, man. I really do think that this is. I mean, I really do think that this movie is pretty much perfect, dude. I can't say a bad word about it, really.
That's interesting. Look. Okay.
Yeah. So there we go. I got a perfect movie there. James, I guess should we add anything else, or are we done? Is that it for The Matrix?
I think that's it for The Matrix. Got to watch it. I mean, I'm perfect. Justin gave it a perfect perfect score. I never would have thought.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think dude. I was super excited when I saw this movie pop up on YouTube. Shout out to YouTube, by the way, for having The Matrix for free on YouTube right now.
Yes.
Yeah, that's. I mean, anybody can watch it. You don't even need Netflix or nothing. You just Log in. You don't even have to log into YouTube. Just www.youtube.com. Pull it up.
Yep. Yep.
They actually have all of them. I don't know if you saw that, but they have all. They have the other.
I
They have
know.
the other. They have
And
two.
it's
They
the
don't. They
funny,
don't have the.
and that's the funny thing. I was going to watch all of them.
Yeah.
I actually turned on Reloaded. So
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'll probably watch the second one tonight for sure. I probably will.
you not watching FIFA?
No. No. Probably watch the College World Series baseball, and then maybe watch The Matrix 2, and then be done for the day.
Okay. Okay.
James, I guess that's it, man. I guess we'll log out of the Matrix.
Yep. Okay. So like, subscribe, comment. With your thoughts.
Everything that he said, people. I'm Justin. That's James. Film is Literature on the Podcast Hell channel on YouTube. Until next time, we'll check you later.
All right.